So welcome back. As I was saying, our next story is related to what is happening at the moment in the US in the entertainment industry, and I'm going to react to this development or this story really about the movie The Sound of Freedom. So I don't know from here where I am here in France whether the movie is out or not, but I'm hoping that eventually perhaps I may have a chance to go and look and watch the movie. But really, my reaction today is based on what just the crazy takes that I've seen online from the mainstream media, really, and from the liberal side of the aisle, and the reason why is because this movie is about child trafficking, and it's based on the true story. But obviously, as any movie, there's people have artistic license, so some things may be exaggerated. But what I find very interesting is that it's basically the people who spend their entire life talking to you about slavery, this, slavery, that. Okay? Yet in this day and age, when you have kids, about 8 million kids who are slaves in India, about 3 million kids who are slaves in China, you have countless people being enslaved in Ghana or Nigeria, for that matter. A few years ago, because of the war in Libya, as many of you will remember, there was this reporting by CNN where people from Sub-Saharan Africa were sold in slave markets in Tripoli, okay, for as little as $100, okay. So the same people who keep talking to you about that now that suddenly the main actor in this movie, they want to accuse him of being some kind of QAnon conspiracy theorist. But the conspiracy theorists that they want you to pay attention to, they don't actually want you to remember that they are the ones who have actually said some stupid truly stupid things over the past years, as it relates to COVID, to the COVID vaccines in particular, right? As it relates to the origin of the virus, right? As it relates to the Hunter Biden laptop. So there's so many things that they've lied to you. And on the war, even now, they're lying about the war in Ukraine. A lot of propaganda is happening, but they don't want you to notice. They don't want you to notice that. And so, as it relates to this movie, okay, and we just going. So before that, I believe we should just have an idea of what is it that they basically claim that Jim Caviezel, I think his name is. So without further, so they're basically just looking at that and accusing him of being this conspiracy theory linked to Q, and that will basically make the point that talking about child trafficking is just a way for the far right. Once again, far right, as I said to many of you, is just another way of saying anybody that disagree with the liberal media agenda. And so if that's the case, please count me in, really, because I also reject the media agenda when it comes to that. So without further ado, let's get into this.
QAnon conspiracy theorists have a new backer, a man who once played Jesus. Actor Jim Caviezel pushing QAnon theories that can only be described as flat out crazy. Donny O'Sullivan is joining us now. What is he saying, Donny?
Hey, Brianna. Yeah, crazy certainly is the word for it. And what we've seen here really is that even with Trump out of the White House, conspiracy theories are continuing to grip the United States. Have a listen.
The adrenochroming of children, look, where we're at right now, hopefully, we need your prayers.
He may have played the role of Jesus Christ in Mel Gibson's 2004 movie The Passion of the Christ, but now it seems actor Jim Caviezel is preaching a different kind of gospel, echoing the gospel of QAnon while speaking to a right-wing convention over the weekend.
You said adrenochrome.
Essentially, you have adrenaline in your body. I'll just simplify it. And when you are scared, you produce adrenaline. If a child knows he's going to die, his body will secrete this adrenaline.
Followers of QAnon are obsessed with the idea, without having any evidence, that Hollywood celebrities and other famous people torture children to extract adrenochrome, some believe to use in satanic ritual.
So, oh gosh, listen, I have no idea what's happening with the whatever it seems that they're saying in terms of satanic rituals. I haven't seen anything like that, but I wouldn't put that past those people. They're insane. And the reason why I'm saying they're insane, these are the same people today are busy transing your kids, so to speak. Okay? Cutting these kids' body parts like they were just some random piece of meat. Those are the people who also encourage you, like elected officials, who encourage you to tell, who are now telling you, including some people elected in Michigan, for that matter, telling you that when your children tell you who they are, you have to believe them. So if they tell you that they now identify as a bird, your duty as a parent is to affirm that nonsense. But let's continue.
It is bizarre and baseless, but it's the same kind of conspiracy theory that children are in imminent danger that in 2016 led a gunman to a pizzeria in Washington, D.C. that was the target of false online claims about child torture.
The fact that you guys are attacking us and making us look like we're crazy when we're just trying to save some fucking children pisses me off.
And the conspiracy theories continue to spread. In October, QAnon believers marched in Hollywood, repeating baseless claims. What's going on with Tom Hanks?
So you guys just want me to explain everything today, huh? Dude, it's all suspicion. That's suspicion.
How do you know that Tom Hanks is...
How do you not know? You're reporting a non-fact. Because you don't know the information, you're saying it's a fact that they're not?
But neither do you.
We're in an impasse then, because we're reporting literally the same thing.
But neither do you. But you have him on your sign. You're calling him a pedophile.
Yes.
But you don't know that for...
How did they get to that position of power?
And we should mention we have reached out to Caviezel for comment. Look, why does this all matter, guys? Well, you can see it there. People are showing up on the street about this thing. You saw Comet Ping Pong Pizza, which was also the target of conspiracy theories, a gunman showing up a few years ago. So these crazy conspiracy theories have real consequences.
Absolutely. They're so obviously just absolutely nuts, Donnie. They really just are.
No, I agree. You can use the word nuts, but I think you should use the word nuts to refer to yourselves, man. I would really believe you should use the word nuts to refer to yourself, because these are the same people. Once again, I did a whole video again like a while ago, a few days ago, rather, where it is now mainstream in education to use the word MAP, or the acronym MAP, for minor attracted person, to refer to a pedophile. And all of those people lean left, and all of these people are in Hollywood. So draw your own conclusion. So I'm willing to accept that, some people may go too far. But what are we to make of that? And why is it that nobody is responding to that? What are we to make of the fact that you have elected politicians on the left openly supporting the idea of performing permanent surgery on kids forever? You have the educational establishment who are also leaning left, who tell you, as I said, over and over again, or wants to redefine words like pedophile, and that those people are now joining also the rank of the alphabet community. What are we to make of that?
Why is it then they continue to circulate?
Yeah, I think particularly over the past year, because with lockdowns, etc., all of us are spending so much more time online. All of us are on Facebook all day, and that's where a lot of this stuff is spreading. But also, you can see people have an incentive to push this sort of stuff as well. You see those small dollar donations to Marjorie Taylor Greene, who pushed a conspiracy theory a few years back about Jewish space lasers causing wildfires in California. So there is an audience for it, and you could potentially make a buck off it too.
It's unbelievable to see at this point, Donny, and sickening, I have to say. Thanks so much for that report. Great work. Terrific work, as always. Sorry.
So, there you have it. So, yeah, people who actually think that they're somehow clever, but really, some of the dumbest people, I have to say, some of the dumbest people I've ever seen in my entire life. But we're going to do some further reading, and you will just see how crazy these people really sound. And as I said, so those people who keep talking to you about slavery this, slavery that, and then you bring them the story of someone who was so compelled to intervene and did intervene. These people want you to believe that this is the most evil person that has ever existed. So let's do some reading. So Sound of Freedom, a religious thriller led by the Passion of Christ. So just so how Jim Caviezel faith-based Sound of Freedom became this summer unlikely box office. So a religious thriller led by the Passion of Christ star Jim Caviezel is becoming an unlikely box office savior. The faith-based movie about child sex trafficking has collected an impressive $40 million after 6 days of release. Sound of Freedom opened last Tuesday, generating a mighty $14.2 million on the Independence Day holiday. The film picked up another $18.2 million between Friday and Sunday, enough to place third on domestic box office chart behind Insidious, The Red Door, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It's playing in 2,850 North American theater, a smaller footprint than Insidious and Indiana Jones. Okay, so 3,188 theater and 4,600 theater respectively. As with our July 4th number, today's number exceeds our expectation, and we're going to continue this momentum, said Brandon Perdue, head of theater distribution at Angel Studio, the independent studio that's backing the film, in a statement. We're getting messages from all over the country telling us about packed theaters, sold-out theaters, and spontaneous standing ovation for the film in numerous locations. Seeing this film has become a must thanks to incredible word of mouth. Okay, so you have it there. Now, just listen to this. Inside Jim Caviezel's strange journey from Christ to QAnon crusader. Okay, these are just trash comments. And it angers them. It truly does angers them that the movie is doing so well. So this is from The Guardian, another really stupid newspaper. Sound of Freedom, the QAnon, adjacent thriller seducing America. Jim Caviezel star is a hero trying to stop child trafficker in a paranoid new movie turning into a surprise box office hit. type the word Sound of Freedom into Twitter, and then it's, listen to this, decent people who wish to live good, happy lives should under no circumstances actually do this. Okay, and the search will yield dozens of triumphant reports crowing around the improbable victory of a film by that title over the likes of Indiana Jones at the box office this week. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but really, these people are not happy, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why people who, as I said, do not hesitate to tell you about um, about slavery every time they have the opportunity to do that, but then they bring you a story of people who were actually trafficked into prostitution, into sex crime, and most of them children, and these people don't care. So you can sacrifice kids, they wouldn't care. So yeah, this is the world that we live in now. So let me know what you guys think of this. Please, so if once again, if you like my channel, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That will really be a great help to me. So until next time, peace.